All right, everybody, welcome to the Red G Fox channel. Thank you so much for joining us. We are at the mist towards the end of our tournament, the best one and done in show history. This has been a lot of fun. One more round than the championship after this, and we have eliminated some of the best characters in show history, but we have also gotten down to some of the best in show history. And today we're going to talk about maybe 6, 8 of the best, but 2 of them are looped in together in a group. And we're going to start right away with that one, and that is the card sharks. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love them. They're right now at 20%. Top 2 make it in this round. And remember, a quick disclaimer, it doesn't mean because the actor portrayed 2 different characters, they can't be qualified. It's the characters, not the actors. Big Money Grip, bottom of the deck Dan. Same actor, different characters. So remember that going forward. Let's get right to it. The card sharks. Oh my gosh, their episode has to be one of the best in season 2's history, let alone it's a top 10. It's in our channel's top 10. It's one of the highest rated in IMDb. The fact that they come in there, they are the 3 coolest characters you can think of that represents great hipness, personality, everything. Anything you could think of from the 70s, they are balled up and rolled into one little group as they come in. You got Skeeter, Rooster, and Hucklebuck. And with Skeeter, his outfit, man, he reminds me of like something from Tombstone. Like he's an old sheriff, but the 70s colors spewed all over it. And he's got a great voice. He is very funny. We know, hey, he's the dealer, the underhand dealer, right? We see that when he wins the dealer. He's like, hey, look at my luck. And then...
Hey, my deal, huh? What are you doing?
Fred starts going crazy because he knows he's an underhand dealer with the 3-finger drag, which we find out later from it. You also got the fact that we get a backstory on Skeeter. He's like, I know who you are.
I might not know who you are. You Skeeter Matthews. You look just like your father. Ugly,
It's so good. Excuse me, getting over sick. But how Fred even says, you're ugly, Arthur Matthews' son. Remember, Arthur Matthews' son is talked about in season 1, buying his dad a color TV set, and he mentions it in this. What a great tie-over, man. I love how the show made you really feel like it was one universe, right? As we see so much nowadays. But he's outstanding, and he keeps forgetting Lamont's name, Lucas. You know, he can't ever get Lamont's name right. So he is awesome. Then we get Rooster, and to me, Rooster is cool. Rooster of the group is, I think he gets street cred just being with Hucklebuck and and Skeeter. But he's the one who seems like he's the calmest. He's sitting down, he's like, hey man, we can't raise the price to this. Because remember, Hucklebuck's like, hey, let's get the price up, man. We don't want no penny ante game. Let's play some for real money. And he's like, nah, this guy invited us to our house. So he plays the calm guy, the nice cop, you would say. But he's cool. Rooster's cool, good name, good outfit. But I think he elevates to another level being with Skeeter. And then of all of them, my favorite is Hucklebuck.
Rooster and Hucklebuck.
Rooster and Hucklebuck. Now, I know what a rooster does, but what does a Hucklebuck do?
When Fred says, now, what does a Hucklebuck do? Oh my gosh. The lines in that episode, and one of the best is when they're sitting there and Fred's trying to, peek at the cards and he's pouring the alcohol and he's just stacking Skeeter's cup up. And then he even goes, he's like, oh, all right, bottoms up.
Well, bottoms up.
And you can see Hucklebuck. Look at him. He even gives a little side grin. He starts laughing like, come on, dude. No one can take this. And he starts busting up. But when he comes in, too, and he's like, nah, I'm a Hucklebuck. The fact that I love Ron Glass as well probably influences me a little bit more. But his voice is outstanding. I think he's the best looking of the group. He's the coolest. And he's got the best hat right there. And we even see Lamont at the end where he's wearing it after Fred wins it all. We know it. Also, the fact that they are smart. They trick Lamont. They probably busted this con a lot of times. But in the end, we know age over youth, right? The wisdom with Fred from his age and experience. He pulls a fast one on them. But it is one of the most memorable episodes ever in Sanford and Son history. And the fact that we get those 3, I will be shocked if they don't make top 2 in this group and make it to the championship final. But it's still going to be hard for them to beat the #1 contender coming into this one and who made it all the way to round 5. We'll get to him in a second. But that's it with the card sharps. Fun fact too, if you did not know, the card sharps is an actual painting. I've broken this down before on our channel, but maybe everyone hasn't seen that, right? Just by the views, I can tell people haven't. But it was an actual painting from the 1500s, and the outfits on it are actually inspirations behind the card sharps in the episode. So cool fun fact if you did not know that. I did not know that until I started this channel. So let's get to our next one on here. We want the 3 degrees. We want the 3 degrees. The 3 degrees, they're back. They did win their round 3 where it was ladies night. They beat Cousin Emma in a pretty close battle, but they are coming in right now at 16%. So they're just barely, it might even drop to 15 at this time, but they're just trailing a little bit to the card sharps. They're another trio, right? As we got two trios going back and forth. To me, personally, with them, they dominated they didn't dominate. They had a big win over Cousin Emma in their tournament. But with them, the only thing I've ever felt is they didn't get too much comedy. When you think back to the 3 degrees, every Sanford and Son, the fact that they won their round and they're here, that just speaks volume of how good they are and memorable. And they're beautiful, right? They got the looks. They got the talent. They are great singers. They're a real singing group. And I've seen them in other things like most of us have, other shows as well. And the fact that that they're in it, they actually perform too, which is awesome to get to hear them sing with Red Fox for a little bit. Red does a little bit of singing, but it's mostly the women. So we love them. We love the 3 degrees. If it was a singing contest, we know that it would probably be between them and B.B. King on show's history of the best singers ever. So but that's the whole thing is it's memorable, and a lot of the jokes were like when they come in and Fred says, you know, you make my temperature go up 100 degrees. A lot of the jokes were played off of them. So they were almost like the straight man. They set it up, and then the comedians in it, such as Leroy Skillet, what you want to happen? Your mama. You know, they're yelling. Everyone remembers the club scene, and we don't even see the 3 degrees. So that's my only reason why I don't think they'll win. I'm not putting them down. We've seen them already win, and they're getting votes now, and people love the 3 degrees. But when you break it down, I could see why they probably wouldn't be as memorable, just in the fact that they weren't as funny, right? If right now, if I can go watch an episode of the 3 degrees or card sharps, just me personally, you can comment as well. I'm going to the card sharps because there was way more laughs, and the card sharps actually got a big chunk of them as opposed to the 3 degrees. But like I said, it's not a singing contest. It is most memorable, and you can put whoever you want to. But it's going to be tough for them to overcome the #1 contender. Let's get to him right now. And our next guy, oh my gosh. This guy was so good and so obvious he was going to win his round that I just bumped him to the final 2 rounds to begin with. He was going to make it, and then we would see how well he did against a couple groups such as the 3 degrees who won their tournament. And that is Big Money Grip with the swivel hip, Cold Duck. Oh my gosh, when you say Big Money Grip, instantly all Sanford and Son fans go, got him, nailed him. Mama's Baby, Papa's Maybe. One of the most popular. It is my favorite episode of all time. I have it as #1. IMDb has it as its highest rated episode. Every fan knows that. And Big Money Grip is such a gigantic reason why. He's got the looks. He's cool. He's that guy right now that I can't speak for everyone, but I know a lot of us probably have a friend like him. I know I did, to where I liked him around. He always had scams or ideas. He was the funny and loud going one and loved to play the practical jokes. Everybody usually has a group. If you got a handful of friends, it's usually one of them has like Big Money Grip. The interactions with him, with Lamont, right, when they're doing the little dance, right? Remember that? Let you look at my girly magazines, and he does the dance with Lamont. Aunt Esther, when he comes and talks to Aunt Esther, and we all know the famous line from Aunt Esther when she gets up. It's
very simple. Lamont Sanford is my son.
What did you say, nigga?
So, what did you say? And then drops the N-bomb. We know that. With Grady, remember when they're sitting there? One of my absolute favorite lines in the episode is such a little hidden one where he's sitting down and Fred's like, yeah, you were there, Grady. Look at, who does he look like?
Now, Grady, you remember when Lamont was born. Now, you tell me, who does he look like?
Yeah, he looks just like you, Grip.
And then Grady looks at the photo album of Lamont as a kid. He's all, yeah, he looks just like you, Grip. Grip gets the biggest grin. Oh my goodness. There's nothing in this episode it does not have, from emotion to everything. And we're not talking even about the episode. We're talking about Grip, who is reason for that, right? Grip is a reason for that. Grip does make you laugh. Grip, when he sits there and says, you know, I snuck into a room and he's like, it was the room off the kitchen. And then Esther's like, that was my room. And then you can see Grip get back and forth like, no, it was not you. But we know, and then Fred figures it out what happens. Oh my goodness. Grip, I can't see anyone not voting Grip number one. He is winning right now, 53%. I'm actually shocked it's not a bigger margin. Margin, not margarine. We're not talking butter here. But big money Grip, man. The fact that, and then the end, we know the scenes. We can go on all forever. I did have some clips in here just so you can get it. But like at the end, when he finally gets two and two together, when he's sitting there and he's like, me, her, ugh. Oh man, he thought, and the whole premise of this is he's saying Lamont is my son, right? When he drops that, and that's when Esther goes nuts. That's when Fred's going nuts. And there is just 100 lines. There probably is. You could probably make 50 YouTube short clips just on this episode. And Big Money Grip is a part of all of it. So that's why, if you think it's Grip, you are not alone. I'll be shocked. Anyone who beats him, even if when he probably wins this and gets to the championship, I can't see him not finishing top 2. I would be shocked if Grip does not win at all. That's how memorable he is. That's how good he is. I even wore this shirt because it kind of reminds me of the color of Grip's jacket right here in it. So in honor of Grip, who would be my choice right here. If I got to vote on this, he would be my choice. And like I said, his episode is my favorite episode of all time. So that's Big Money Grip with the swivel hips, 53%. Let's get to our final contestant who actually won their round earlier. Central Avenue Sledgehammer. We still talking about the same dude. And that is JoJo Jackson. Yes, he just won the previous round. He's a round 4 winner. He beat up the competition in that one. But man, 10% right now, 10% of the votes. It's going to be, it doesn't look like he'll probably finish 4th. And it's hard when you're going against 3 Degrees and you're going against the Card Sharps and you're going against Big Money Grip. All of them were people he could probably beat up in real life. But in this competition, it's going to be tough. So let me say, how could I sell you JoJo Jackson? How could I get you to vote for JoJo over these guys? All right, we're going to start with the fact that Lamont Does Karate is also one of the best episodes in Sanford and Son history, and it didn't even have Fred Sanford. That's something that the other ones can't say. They all had Fred. JoJo is talked about so much, and he is considered, I mean, we obviously know George Foreman. A lot of us would probably say Esther, but with their gold-plated Bible. But JoJo, in reality, if we said, hey, who's the toughest guy? Some might say Arms Crowder. I think majority would say JoJo Jackson. You know, Jawbreaker JoJo Jackson. He's got a reputation in the neighborhood unlike anyone else in the show. And the fact that he can get laughs, right, and be scary as heck. He's got great dialogue when he's picking up Lamont, and Lamont's like, he probably don't even want to go outside.
He probably don't even want to go outside. I want to go outside.
And then he grabs his all, I want to go outside. He does it so well. And his conversation with Grady. And no one will ever forget his fight, his quote-unquote fight. His interaction with Lamont is the funniest fight scene in show history. In 136 episodes, when Lamont's going, just swinging his arms like crazy, and JoJo's like, all right, whoa, and he's like, hold it, go back inside, go back. When JoJo's doing that, it is so funny to see Lamont, but JoJo's interaction is just as funny. How he's acting paranoid, and he even says, I thought the fool was going to die any second. And Grady, I'm sorry, Grady agrees with him. Grady's like, yeah, I did too. You know. So JoJo really does come off as a very memorable character, and he's got great scenes in it. You know, it would have been great if we could have seen him in another episode, but they never worked it in. But that's it with JoJo. I do have to admit, I would vote Big Money Grip still. I'm trying to sell you as much as I can, JoJo. Could he be? I could see him beating the 3 Degrees. He's only about 12% behind, maybe 11% behind the Card Sharps. So we got all week. We got till Tuesday for this, for JoJo. Can JoJo creep in? I don't know. Right now he's only losing 6% or around 5 to 6% to 3 Degrees. if you watch this video and I change your mind, let me know in the comments and we can see maybe a swing. If not, I really got to feel it. To me, it's a race for second between the 3 Degrees and the Card Sharps. My choice would be Big Money Grip, Card Sharps. Heck, I might even go JoJo over 3 Degrees. They might not win it because the 3 Degrees are so memorable, but man, I really like JoJo more. JoJo, those 2 episodes, JoJo made me laugh more than the 3 Degrees did. And it was a classic episode, right? It's just the other one. You got Leroy and Skillet and Bubba and Fred at the nightclub. So that is it on this best one and done round 5. This has been an outstanding tournament. One more round, man, and we know it's going to be Gus. It's going to be of good cheer. Osgood is here. We got Osgood. You're going to get a couple other surprises in there as well. 2 that have not been in the tournament that I knew would probably win, and that's it. After that, that's it. The top 2 here are going to face the top 2 there. It's looking like it might be a Osgood, Gus, Big Money Grip, and maybe the Card Sharps at 3 Degrees. Those 4 are coming out to a final battle. And so I thank everyone who's taken part in this tournament. It's been very fun. We're almost done with Season 2, which means we're going to then start, after this tournament, the best of Season 2, week in and week out, try to break down and see what is the best episode. Is it Rated X, which I think it probably would be? Is it Card Sharps? Is it Aunt Esther's first appearance when it's the big party? Man, we are going to have a heck of a tournament trying to decide that one. So thank you, everyone. If you have not already, what the heck are you waiting for? Why haven't you subscribed? Subscribe to our channel. Enjoy everything that we have to offer from Sanford and Son. You know, you're not going to ever watch a full episode here, but you can see that anywhere. You can see on the Peacock Network, on Tubi, on the Sanford and Son official channel on YouTube. A bunch of clips. But here, you're going to get dialogue. I'm going to start a new live show coming up pretty soon where once a week, I'm going to come on and we'll just have a topic for 30 minutes and just talk Sanford and Son, right? That's something I'm very excited for. Not even our live show one. That's where we'll do a live show where we'll watch an episode and talk about it and react to it. I'm going to have one where once a week, like maybe on a Wednesday, a Tuesday, something where for 30 minutes, we just say, hey, today's topic, best episodes of Season 4, your favorite moments with Esther, whatever it is, and you share yours, I'll share mine, and we'll talk, and we'll just have a great hangout. I think I'm going to call it the Junk Shop or Sanford Salvage Yard. You know, something where it's kind of like Sanford and Son theme, and it's just a hangout once a week. So let me know, is that something you'd like to be part of? Because guess what? Join our community and get part of it now. No other reason not to be part of it. I've talked too way long. Have a great weekend. We will see you. I want to make something pretty soon. I'm hoping I can get one out by this weekend. If not, you'll have to wait till Tuesday where we're going to get Lamont going African. Oh my gosh. I've already watched it like 3 times for preparation. I love that episode. I can watch it 20 times. But it is so funny, man. Lamont goes African. I can't. My name is Olaia. Oh, it's probably the water. I can't wait. But if I do get another show out this weekend, it'll probably be a breakdown on everything Lena Horne or Leroy and Skillet. Comment below if you'd like to see a breakdown on Leroy and Skillet or Lena Horne, and whatever gets the most, I'll probably put that up as our next show if I can get to it. My son's got a travel ball this weekend, both days, so super busy. Thanks a lot, guys. I love talking. I love being part of your guys' lives as you join mine as well as we share everything Sanford and Son. Peace.